Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Bronson, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, smackdown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today! Woo!
George.
Wrestling with Savage.
George, I think George just tried his resume for Tony Khan. I don't know. Up for George, huh?
We're Savage! But of course.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Bronson, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, smackdown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
I'm trying to give these two W's.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Savage. I'm here now with Jay. I'm here with Anthony. Welcome, gentlemen. Beautiful Thanksgiving weekend. And what a weekend it was. We had Survivor Series, War Games. And we're going to get right into it. And Anthony, I'm going to go to you first because I can see it on your face. I feel like you had a fantastic weekend. So please tell me about your weekend. Tell me about your Thanksgiving. Tell me about the stuffing, the turkey, and all the trimmings that you had. And then, of course, what did you think of Survivor Series War Games this weekend?
Thanksgiving was well. It was fun. Survivor Series, I'm going to just jump into it. Survivor Series, the women's match. I mean, great. I thought that it was over my expectations, which is very rare to do with the women's division in the WWE, especially with those women. But those women put on a show. As for the men's, that was just played out perfectly. The segments leading up to the match with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline, and then the turn, and then, you know, just Sami Zayn just pretty much saying, "Hey, screw you, Kevin, I don't need you anymore." And just having Roman Reigns' back with that pinfall. That was the biggest crucial moment of that match. And Sami Zayn delivered. As he always does. He's a fantastic wrestler. Kevin said it best tonight. 20 years and these people finally know how great this guy is. He's a fantastic wrestler and fantastic on the mic.
So for you, did he steal the show at Survivor Series? Was that your match of the night at Survivor Series?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Well, I'm glad to hear you had a good Thanksgiving, and we all know Sami Zayn is an absolute, super talented guy in the ring.
God.
I've known it for about 10 years now. But Jay, how about you, man? How was your Thanksgiving? How's the fam? How was the turkey? How was the stuffing? And, of course,
Thanksgiving was great.
Survivor
it was a ball.
Series.
I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it with you and your family. But let's face it, Thanksgiving is a time to drink and forget about all the bad wrestling that I've been watching for the past month or two. And I was looking forward to this holiday, and I'm glad I was back here on Monday Night Raw, ready to discuss it, ready to talk about Survivor Series. Let's talk about it. I mean, I gotta say, they put on one hell of a show. But for me, I don't like a women's war game match. I think it started off very slow. I think it's mostly because of Dakota Kai from the start. I don't really think she should have been that person. I think if the order was a little switch, I think I enjoyed it more. But let's face it, the point to get the mission, the whole mission statement was basically to say, "Hi, I'm Big Time Bex. I'm back. I'm going to do a big spot, and I'm going to get over more than Bianca Belair." And I would love to see them two go at it, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So it succeeded. Let's not forget about one of the biggest botches we have seen that they were talking about with Io Sky with those double knees on Bianca Belair in the corner. Like, what the hell was that? Did she really just fall over on herself? I mean, I couldn't stop laughing. I kept finding it. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. As for the men's, I thought it was perfect. Anthony kind of hit everything on the mark. All I could say is I thought it was a perfect. I'm glad Sami Zayn got his shine. And, you know, KO kind of explained that he wasn't hating. We'll get into that later. But I'm really glad he got his moment. It's well-deserved, and I think the seeds have been planted. I think you guys have seen it from tonight and Survivor Series, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Survivor Series throughout the night as we get through Monday Night Raw, because at the end of the day, that's why we're all here to talk about Monday Night Raw, and what a Raw it was. Just finished watching it. I enjoyed it from the beginning and the end. Shout out to the Nation's Corner. I was in their chat the whole time during the Raw. You were having a good time, chatting away, talking about the matches, talking about wrestling, and apparently even talking about credit cards. I hate that commercial they play on the Monday Night Raw about the credit one, 23% interest. Not a fan of that, but besides that, yeah, go to WWEshop.com and get all the merch, just not with that credit one credit card. Raw was coming to you live from Norfolk, Virginia. Opens up with a Bloodline video package showing us the story between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the Bloodline, and if he's going to turn, not turn. Honestly, this was a great storyline, and we finally got some clarity when it was all said and done. And the Helluva Kick at the end of the match at War Games, it sealed the deal and really showed Sami's true colors. It's about family. It's about the Bloodline. Jay, Sami, all on the same page now. Bloodline more deadly than ever because they're all in sync. Maybe unstoppable. This is, until they run into a wall named Kevin Owens, which we're going to get into later tonight because that's going to end up being your main event later tonight. It's going to be Kevin Owens versus main event Jey Uso. Main event. He made sure they said it plenty of time, Then we see Bloodline arrive to the arena. There's no Roman Reigns. There's no Paul Heyman tonight. Spoiler alert. If you're here for Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, stay anyway, because who cares? Tribal Chief doesn't need to show up to a random Monday Night Raw. Doesn't need to happen at all. Also, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Bro, watching right now live on Twitch. I was on his show last night, learning the ropes.
Tell us about your experience. Tell us, how was it?
It was a good time, man. Two cool dudes that, one is a noob when it comes to wrestling. He just started watching a year ago. That's the whole point of the show, called Learning the Ropes. You have Mr. Bro and his friend, and they're just going in right now on, trying to basically learn about wrestling. Mr. Bro is the one that's a noob, and, I see he's in there right now. He said he had a hell of a time, and it was a good time. They know their shit. That one guy really, really knows his shit. I can't remember his name right now because I'm fucking out of it. Mr. Bro, you can let me know in the chat so I can give him a shout out right now. I've had more conversations with Mr. Bro. But, we got on the show. We talked about Survivor Series. We talked about the history of Survivor Series, basically from 2010 to 2000 now. And, ending it all with, of course, the recent Survivor Series War Games. It was a good time, and all in all, I would do it again. I'm going to try to get them to come on the show, and actually I wanted to talk to you guys. Yeah, XLJ the OG, a.k.a. Jeremy. Very cool host. He seemed to be more of the host. He's the expert. He's the one that knows the history. Funny thing is, he's the same age as me, so our wrestling knowledge is pretty much on par. We're right there at the same level as far as when we started watching, and I'm sure even probably who we're fans of. I didn't really get into asking him who his favorite wrestlers were, really, stuff like that. But cool guys, and that's what they do. They work for a channel on Twitch called the Panda Wrestling Company, and it's basically a channel that just all day, 24 hours, there's people providing wrestling content, talking about wrestling, hosting shows about wrestling. And then they also have their TikTok channel. So it was definitely very cool. You guys should check it out. Videos online right now on Twitch. Learning the Ropes. You check that shit out immediately. But Monday Night Raw, we had a segment with Becky Lynch. She makes her way to the ring. Becky went into the crowd like Moxley tonight. She talked to the fans even. And I really love the way that Becky Lynch came out tonight and basically tested herself before even getting into her work. I feel like tonight was a total shoot. And she came out and she said, I'm going to see how the crowd reacts to me, responds to me. Am I over with these people? And based on what the reaction she got, she's going to go with the flow. Based on the reaction she got, it was a positive one. People were cheering for her. She was clearly over. Then she said, fuck it, I'm going to go into the crowd. And I'm going to make someone's night very special tonight. We're going to get a whole arena of people to chant Bobby. Bobby, 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 Bobby. Do you understand what kind of moment that is for a fan? And to see that on TV play out organically the way it did, and then lead into a big fight between Dakota Kai, Io Sky, promo with Bayley. Bayley coming out by herself. And at first I loved it. I was like, oh, okay, Bayley's by herself. Maybe Becky Lynch killed Damage Control with that leg drop off the top of the steel cage at War Games, which I actually enjoyed that. I didn't like the beginning of the War Games match. I feel like it's too long before the match actually fucking starts. You know what I mean? There's a big delay before it's actually even official.
I feel like the men's was more faster than the women.
Yeah, it did feel like that. I don't know why.
I felt the men's flew by like real fast. Maybe because they.
What I think it had to do with was like, I think it was just the first match of the night, so it was like everybody was just kind of like, all right, come on, let's just get the match going, you know?
Okay, so
I don't know.
Everybody here could say the opening match was going to be a Wars game match, right? Because that's how I knew. It had to.
I honestly thought that it was going to be like they were going to kind of like open with not a War Games match. I would have thought that would have been at least the second or third match on the card.
It's too long. That's why.
Listen, I had a good time with Survivor Series. The ending was great. I just wish there would have been time. Like, that War Games match, right? It's almost like a fucking hour long because of the way they have it set up before the match even fucking starts. I mean, I guess it tends to end a little quicker once it starts, but usually that's not the case. That definitely wasn't the case with the men's. The men's, it felt like it was almost an hour match. It was more like a movie than a match. It played out really well. Great storytelling. The women's match, like you said, it felt like it dragged a little bit. And I'd rather also see more of your talent being utilized at a pay-per-view. For example, I know SmackDown's doing the whole World Cup thing, right? But why wouldn't you want the Intercontinental title defended at technically your like second, third, fourth biggest pay-per-view of the year? Why? Am I wrong?
Why?
Why? To make it matter?
He's not a money draw guy. Why would I put him on a pay-per-view?
Well, how do you make him a money draw guy? I mean, listen.
How you make him? Get the.
Well, how about the last 22 years? How about the last 22 years of booking of matches with plenty of people that weren't money-made guys, but they got a spot on Survivor Series?
I'm not gonna pay money for a guy that fought Rey Mysterio in a week and then coming out he's gonna fight some other Mustafa Ali. No, thank you.
Yo, Gunther is one of the most talented wrestlers in the world right now. He's a superstar. He's a superstar. Are you crazy?
I never said that. I just said it's just a bad booking around him. I don't think he's a money draw on a pay.
I honestly think that there was.
You're wrong.
He can't put asses to seats. He ain't gonna.
He can put asses to seats. He doesn't need to right now. Why would he be able to even, like, they're not gonna advertise him to like put asses to seats right now? They have Roman Reigns. They have Roman Reigns.
Why you think is that? You got. I'm not saying he's bad as a wrestler. I'm just saying he's not a money draw.
I don't know, man. Anyway, Becky Lynch comes out. She makes her way to the ring. Like I said, like Moxley, Bobby chants her fucking running wild. She goes on to say she's happy to be back on Raw. She can't wait to slap the face off of every single star here, and that includes all the stars who think they're going to come back and be somebody, because I'm the man, and this is my fucking show. She goes on to start talking about Bayley, and then all of a sudden Bayley comes out. She says, "You idiots have no appreciation for your role model." Bayley was getting good heat, and honestly, I was very happy to see her come out alone, but that didn't last long. Like I said earlier, I thought Becky killed Damage Control on Saturday with that leg drop off the top of the rope, which, by the way, was the spot of the night at Survivor Series. I don't care what anybody says. That leg drop off the top of the cage, and the way she connected, the way she landed, that was legit hardcore wrestling shit. That was a high drop, live, pay-per-view, clean through the middle of the fucking table, on target. Clean.
Becky Lynch just knows when to turn it on.
It was
That's
great.
what I love about her. She knows how to turn. She knows when and how to turn it on. And that was a moment when she was like, "I'm gonna turn it on," and she did. And even with tonight, she turned it. She turned everything on, and she killed that segment.
The whole segment was fire. It started off fire. It ended fire. Like I said, Bobby Chance running wild. Bayley calls Bobby a peasant. Bayley says Bob sucks. No appreciation for you, Becky says. It's because, you lost, you kept losing, and you're a loser. Bayley, you and your lackey started this 4 months ago, and I thought I ended it at War Games, but if you want to fight, we can fight, and that's exactly what we saw. Big fight breaks out, and it all started because Bob told her to go and kick Bayley's butt. Verbatim, that's what he said. Go kick Bayley's butt. He even knew to be PG, so they wouldn't edit it out. Bob played it perfectly. He got his moment on TV. He got his selfies, his camera shots, and what a moment for a fan that is. And for all the fans around there, they're going to remember that, especially if they're, imagine a Becky Lynch fan that is standing next to Becky Lynch. They're probably losing their mind. That's...
She's actually a really cool person, like off camera. I got to talk with her.
Listen, at the end of the day, forget very nice and very cool. We're talking about her character on Raw, and right now her character on Raw is that of a badass. Dude, 3-on-1. She fought Damage Control 3-on-1 like a handicap match in No Mercy, the video game, and she whooped everybody's fucking ass, throwing them all over the merchandise stand, putting them through tables, and notice how there was more Stone Cold merch for sale than Tribal Chief merch. Just that's going to be a recurring theme tonight. I want you guys to understand who Roman Reigns is. Because the Tribal Chief, he's a liar. Let me say that one more time. Go ahead.
I'm going to just say this, segment was great. What Becky did was awesome. How she but I'm going to say it right now, I'm getting sick of these breakup brawls. It's every week. It's getting kind of redundant to me.
Come on, man. It's pro wrestling. It's always going to be redundant. They've been doing it for 60 fucking years. How many times can they be original?
I mean, it's just
what do you want her to do? Pull out a fucking gun and just start shooting bitches in the head?
No, I mean,
I'm fucking
cut it. Let it cut to commercial.
Yeah, but Raw's this is a 1 hour free, commercial free. That's how this Raw was designed. If you notice, there was no commercials in the first hour at all.
At the end of the segment, that brawl that ended the segment.
And then it went right into something else. It went into a video package of the OC and Judgment Day, and this was all brought to you by Violent Night. And that's when Rhea Ripley came out with Dom. Nice new t-shirt. I'm your mommy t-shirt. That's going to be a hot seller.
I love it.
That's going to be a hot seller, that I'm your mommy t-shirt. That's going to do some damage. But end of the day, Raw commercial free for the first hour, which is always awesome. And I thought they did a good job. A lot of flow tonight. That first hour flew by because you weren't depressed watching stupid commercials. You were just watching TV wrestling, your show. What'd you think about that whole segment with Becky Lynch to open up Raw, Jay?
Yeah, it didn't do it for me, guys. I don't know. I don't got the fairy dust like you guys have. I'm not starstruck. Like,
Oh, he hated it. Anthony didn't like it. He's sick of it. It's redundant to him.
No,
you know,
no.
I thought in my
Correct.
mind it was gonna be a lot differently, but I did like how Bailey came out, but then it just got killed with this whole damage control brawl in the back, and it just looked kind of fake to me.
Okay. We're going to get more into what it looked like later tonight because Dakota Kai is going to have a chance to redeem herself on Monday Night Raw tonight with a match against Candice LeRae, which we'll get into much later in the night because there's a lot more to go over before we do any of that shit. But like I said, video package OC Judgment Day brought to you by Violent Night, which is going to be a great movie starring your boy from Stranger Things. That movie is going to be fucking fire. I believe also John Leguizamo's in the movie. Looks really good. Looks really good. I'm going to watch it. By the way, totally off topic. I've been watching the show with Sylvester Stallone. Okay? King of Tulsa. Have you guys been watching it?
I have not been watching it.
Highly recommend. If you guys like The Sopranos, this is right now like that kind of show.
I like when all of the episodes come out. I just don't like doing that. I watch it and then I got to wait a week.
I can't blame you. I do that with a lot of shows
right there
too.
with you, Jay.
But I enjoy watching it like this too, because then every week you have that anticipation of what's going to happen. So there's some shows I like to watch like the second it comes out because I want to keep up with what's going on, and I don't want somebody to ruin it for me, either. That's the thing when you interact with a bunch of people, or you're on Facebook, you're on social media, you're scrolling, all of a sudden you ruin, everything because you just see a picture that you can't unsee. You don't know what you're going to see, but you see it. Just like we saw this match between Rhea Ripley and Michin. Right? Michin?
Yeah.
That's new.
Michin? A.K.A. Mia Yim. Ripley, in my opinion, has all the tools right now needed to be the best female wrestler in the world. She looks more convincing as an ass kicker than about 98% of the entire men's roster. Every move she does tells a story and makes a point. She showed tonight great combos, strength, as usual, everything looking crisp on her part. Mia Yim was yelling to her, "You talk too much," before she did like a nice drop kick followed by her leaping DDT spot through the ropes. Dom got involved, but now AJ Styles comes out, beats the hell out of Dom, which I enjoyed. Here comes Priest and Balor. Huge boot to AJ. I believe it was from Priest, right? Like, that boot was nasty, Jay. You know what boot I'm talking about when he first came in and just wiped out AJ?
Hit him flush.
Man, Damian Priest on another level right now. He's stepping it up, man. He's very, very impressive. Big brawl breaks out, of course, right? OC standing tall, but there's no commercial breaks. So I'm like, what's going to happen right now? Usually this is exactly where the commercial break would go. But now there's no commercial break.
And then
they come back and there's a match set up or something,
Yeah.
But we didn't get that tonight. Instead, AJ Styles grabs the mic, and starts talking shit. Corey Graves goes on to say War Games is over, but the wars are not. We get a huge 4-on-4 match that is basically taking place all over the arena before it really started. Finn and AJ started us off in the ring in this 4-on-4 impromptu match, which was cool because it's kind of like an intergender match because Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley are in it too. But before we get into this match, Jay, I'll go to you first. What did you think of the match at Survivor Series between Finn Balor and AJ Styles?
Gee, man. I'm like a so-so. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. So I'm like in the middle. If that makes more sense of the match.
The match was almost perfect, though.
I felt like something.
There was only one spot that messed up.
No, it's not even about spots. I just felt like the match didn't really do it for me. And I thought they had an okay match, but there was just something missing there, and I don't know what it was. So I'm going to say so-so. I'm like more in the middle. I'm like neutral. I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at.
How about you, Anthony? Were you a fan of that match? I think you wanted to give a shout out.
I love both of those guys. Absolutely love both of those guys.
What's not to love?
Right. They're two professional wrestlers. you don't get that, and you don't get to see what you saw every day on Saturday with those two guys. And yeah, that's all I got to say is that match just did everything that I wanted it to do.
And how about the match tonight on Raw, which Ripley ended up picking up the win, basically abusing Mia Yim.
I thought it was a very I will agree with you on Rhea Ripley. She's absolutely
I feel like she's the only one that I could look at that could surpass Charlotte Flair one day.
Oh yeah. Like I could honestly see her and Becky Lynch having like a 5-star match with each other. I could really see that. And I think Triple H is going to put that in the works. Because Becky Lynch and Rhea could put on a show.
It's just Rhea's presence to me, Jay. Her presence, bro. You can't lie, man. What'd you think of the match tonight on Raw?
I gotta say, man, you guys are talking about Rhea this and Rhea that. Okay, we all know that, but I'm more impressed of Mia Yim. That's right, the Michin, which she just got her name tonight, which I don't know why. I don't get it from creative, but whatever. Let's go with it. She was impressive. You said it yourself. Nice dropkick. She does deliver a nice thing.
It was a nice dropkick, yeah.
She does do a little hip throw, and she does sell. And the way she talks trash to Dominic was great as well. Just like a Rhea Ripley to me, just another version of it with what? Blue hair?
Well, they were letting her hang with Rhea Ripley tonight. They were letting her hang with Rhea Ripley tonight.
I think they need her on the roster. They need as much women as possible. And these are good additions. So,
yes.
I 100% agree. She's a big pickup right now for the women's division. Especially we need tag team. We need women's tag teams.
She sold me tonight.
Rhea Ripley picking up that win tonight, though I thought the match was fun and hard-hitting. At least I felt like everybody was really trying to put on a show, really trying to sell, really trying to give good big boots. Even Gallows was trying to give good boots. Everything Damian Priest did was absolute fucking
Listen, let me tell you something. When someone says, hey, do me a favor and body slam me, I'm going to get you over tonight, that means everybody is on board with Mia Yim right now. That's exactly what Finn Balor did tonight.
Yeah, no, listen, they're all awesome. They got a good thing going right now, and they made it entertaining, and they did it without even having to go to commercial break. So, that's one big, long, that's like a movie shoot.
Here it is. Change is starting to happen slowly with Triple H and, in charge. I'm loving every bit of the change. I love the 8-man tag match that he did, the intergender stuff. I'm loving the change. It's so different because let's put it this way: if Vince McMahon wasn't, I'm going to say this, Vince McMahon was still in charge, these matches would have been boring as shit.
Maybe because sometimes Vince just throws darts at the board, and sometimes shit just works out. But you don't know. We don't know what the Vince show would have looked like because we're over that right now. It's Triple H's turn, and yes, the change is not. I don't think it's slowly coming. I felt the change fast. As soon as I heard he was in charge, shit started happening. White Rabbit started happening. NXT Black and Gold. The moves were made, man. The pods were placed. HBK full creative control over NXT. We bring JBL back.
I'm going to say it right now. I honestly think that, the way he's doing the storyline with the Bloodline and Sammy is absolutely perfect. This is to me one of the best storylines that they have going on both shows.
Yeah, no, well, obviously, 100%, yeah, man. But now we're going to get a promo from Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. It was nice to see the Profits back on TV together because I've said it before, I'll say it again. In my opinion, Dawkins is the most improved wrestler of the year out of everyone on the roster. There's no one that's put in more work, and you can see the results. 3 years ago, Dawkins was complete trash can status, in my opinion. 2 years ago, he became watchable, and then this year, he was just on fire. Everything he did, all the hard work in the gym, taking the bumps, lifting the weights, eating right, dieting, whatever he did, and then just stepping it up overall on the mic. Like, he's improved in every area. And, you know, we're going to talk about that match later tonight because we are going to get a match between Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. Then we get the Bloodline in the ring. They say Bloodline's in your city. There's no cracks in the Bloodline. Kevin Owens is very mad in the back, they say. He mad because Sami Zayn is not his dog. He's our dog, my dog. My dogs. You guys are my dogs. Sami Zayn is my dog. Jay, Sami trying to bond in the ring. Sami saying, I know you didn't trust me. I know you didn't like me, but the way you accepted me into this family at War Games, the way you embraced me at the end of that match, that was very Usi. Usi chants break out. Sami, Jay, they shake hands, they hug. Usos and Sami trying to get Solo to join in on the hug, but they could not get him to break. And they were trying very hard. Especially fucking Jay. Jay was going in extra spicy, you know, trying to get his brother to fucking laugh. And he couldn't do it. Solo held. He maintained that hard stare down that he's getting famous for right now. You know, Usi chants, we're breaking out hard. Kevin Owens comes out. Stop right there, says Sami. KO says for 20 years, our careers have been linked together, and now I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to ride with you. I don't want nothing. Sami says that the feeling is, you know, mutual. And I'm okay if I'm never even in the same room with you ever again. I don't need you, says Sami. I have family now. KO is happy for Sami finally getting the recognition that he deserves. And it doesn't matter how many times they tell you that you're in the bloodline. You're not their real blood, and you never will be. Jay says, I got this. I got this. You know, he's just mad because he ain't got no family around him. You got a problem with Sami, you got a problem with main event Jay. This sets up that, you know, that match right there. Jay, what did you think of Kevin Owens' work tonight before his match?
All I'm going to say is I'm going to be a man of few words about this. The seeds have been planted, my friends. That's right. I'm going to say it one more time. The seeds have been planted between KO and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the tag titles. We have seen it right now. We're seeing the backstory. It makes sense. It's perfect. Let's not forget when KO betrayed him many, many times, especially his debut on NXT. It all makes perfect sense. I love it. I love to see where this goes. And as for the whole match, I'm looking forward to it. So I was kind of hype about that announcement as well.
You're probably right. I'm not going to argue with you. How about you, Anthony? Kevin Owens promo tonight. Sami Zayn. Did it get you ready for the main event?
Oh, yeah. That segment delivered. But it's just hard for me to watch because it's like, you know, like Jay said, the seeds are being planted. So it's like hard to watch because it's like, when are they going to do it? Because Sami's not going to know when they're going to strike.
That's true.
You want to see what happens next.
Everybody wants to see what's going to happen next.
Delivering every single time is working and is getting over so many people, including us right here.
He is when they turn on Sami is going to be the biggest babyface, in my opinion, the biggest babyface in WWE.
If they do it right. If they do it right.
Right.
Maybe.
If they do it right.
There's still one person that has a better chance of being that White Knight.
Oh.
We all know Cody Rhodes. Come on, stop it.
Come on, man. I just want to say...
Come on.
We're talking about now.
Cody Rhodes is the now. Cody Rhodes is coming back at the Rumble, man. How dare you disrespect Cody Rhodes? He's going to come back at the Royal Rumble. You're disrespecting the future champion of the world. And Jade knows it.
Hold on. I am not disrespecting Cody Rhodes. He is going to be the next. But him and Sammy are up there with each other. I'm just talking like.
Let me explain something to you right now.
Wait.
Roddy Piper was put in a lot of high position situations, and he never had no fucking world championship gold around his waist. And until Sami Zayn wins a world fucking title, I'm not a believer yet.
With this storyline, but with this whole storyline, he is going to be the biggest babyface. I am not going to disrespect the Rhodes name at all. I'm not disrespecting the Rhodes name. What I am saying is, with this whole situation that's going on with the bloodline, Kevin Owens isn't going to be the biggest babyface. It's going to be Sammy.
Listen, I'm going to disrespect Cody Rhodes right here. If he has another match with Seth Rollins, I am not interested. Please go back forward, Randy. Do what you got to do in your YouTube videos. I do not want to see you have another feud. No.
Well, listen, let's tell the truth, man. The truth is this. Roman Reigns is not the tribal chief, okay? The tribal chief is a man named Dwayne Johnson, and he makes more money while he's changing his socks than Roman Reigns makes for main eventing 2 WrestleManias. And that isn't a lie. That isn't something that I'm making up. That's just a fucking fact. The guy who's putting food on all the tables, and that's why I don't think they should go there with this storyline. Because to the fans like me, who know the facts and know the reality of the situation, there is only one real tribal chief in the world today, and his name is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and it's not even close. So to me, the whole storyline, the whole thing is a big fucking lie. Roman Reigns is a fucking liar. He's not the tribal chief. He's never been the tribal chief, and he will never be the tribal chief. And as far as I'm concerned, and I'm over with this right now, and you guys can respond to this if you would like, but to me, to wrestling fans like me, Roman Reigns will always be the second best member of the Shield.
We will get our answer in a month. Because if there's nothing planted at the Royal Rumble, then we all know where this is going. We will find out.
You're right. Time will tell. And we're close. We got to get through Christmas and then, the New Year's, and then it's Rumble countdown. And
the Rumble will tell us.
The Rumble always tells everything, though. The Rumble is like a fortune cookie. Tell you the future, man. It's going to be nice.
Just wait.
All right, now we get an interview with your next tag team champions of the world, right? Elias and Riddle. Next tag team champions. I mean, Randy and Riddle did it. So why couldn't Elias and Riddle do it? Who says, Riddle says this, it feels like we've been teaming for years. Elias, in my opinion, looks miserable.
Listen, you put the stoner wherever he goes, he'll just go and play his bongs wherever the fuck he wants to fucking go. And now he wants to play it at Norfolk, Virginia. Listen, let's face it, this is horrible. I told you they bury Elias. Why? Because he never got a pop when he made his return. I fucking hated it. I was the guy that was on the TV that was like, yeah, I can't believe you're back. I love your whole video production. I love the lights. But instead, you didn't even come back to sing. You're doing the same Ezekiel moves, which I hated why they buried you. I hope that wasn't your dumbass idea from the top of your head and say, you know what, I should be Ezekiel. We should have a little family segment here.
Listen, shut the fuck up. Ezekiel was all Vince McMahon, dickhead. Are you kidding me? Vince must have been high as fuck. Vince was high as fuck, and he was watching an Ultimate Warrior replay, and he looked at it. He looked at Elias and said, "Shave your beard and put on these tassels, and go out there, and you're now Ezekiel, and you're gonna do the gorilla press slam, and you're gonna do flying shoulder blocks, and you're gonna love it."
Let's face it, Savage. You've just been laughing at a parody for the last, 3, 4, 5 months over here. Anthony's not even laughing. He's laughing at you.
First of all, Jay,
let's face it.
Ezekiel really is a real person. That is Elias's brother. And Ezekiel is home right now. He's playing Warzone. He's fine.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Bad booking. He came back, and guess what they did, Savage? Guess what they did? And you and I were really heated about it when they did it. He came back, and he didn't sing for us, but they promoted it for us. Did they not? They
Yeah,
did that promotion
yeah,
the
he had-
weekend before.
he had a
Hyped it up
concert.
Even on Raw. Don't worry, everybody. Elias will make it.
Yeah.
And then it never delivered, and then we got the clown show. And now you're booking with Riddle, and I told you, once you book these two together, that just tells you Randy Orton is not going to come back anytime soon.
Well, obviously,
I
yeah,
hate
we know
it.
that. You know.
I hate it, and you know what? From what I read this past weekend in an article on the website, it looks like it's true. So I don't like this team, and I didn't even like when the Bloodline came out and interfered. I thought that was unnecessary.
It just feels like another, let's just throw two guys together, you know. Let me just finish. He remembers that, you know, he used to be like he wants to say, I'm like a solo artist, you know, Elias says. But I got to admit, we make a pretty good duo, which I was pissed to hear that. But then he said something I did like. He goes on to say, I've never won WWE gold. At this point, he's interrupted by the Bloodline. Usos say you will never win gold because you the
That's
twos.
a lie.
You the twos. And
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt. That's
Yeah.
a lie. He did win gold 24/7 though.
Well, that belt doesn't exist anymore. It was destroyed along with Ezekiel's career.
You mean Elias's?
No, Ezekiel. He's home now. He's playing Call of Duty. It's still real to me, damn it.
Because he is duty.
Ezekiel was one of the most promising WWE superstars, and if it
He
wasn't
was
for
alive.
Seth freaking Rollins,
Savage, just face it. Just say
would-
on the show, hey, they killed our boy, man. They buried him.
Yo, Ezekiel was
They
promising.
buried him,
He's like,
I-
you ever seen that movie about the basketball player? He was like the best player in the country, and then he had a heart attack and died because he
Man?
didn't have his asthma pump.
The 6 men, right?
No, it was like from the 80s.
No?
I don't remember the name of it. It was really good.
Oh.
Guy was supposed to be like the next Michael Jordan, and then he didn't have his asthma pump. He had an asthma attack, and he died. That's what they did to Ezekiel. They just killed him. Seth Rollins is a bastard.
I mean, I even said it in the chat earlier. I was like, why is Riddle, who just main evented Extreme Rules against Seth Rollins and got a win?
Yeah, I don't know, but
And now you're putting.
I don't know, but I'm going to tell you this, though, okay? Jay didn't let me finish. Like he says, he was saying that he never won gold, but, you know, they come out and say, you guys are never going to win gold. You're losers. You know, you the twos, we the ones. Elias says, put those titles on the line. Jay goes on to say anytime, any place. And then at the end, Solo with a final stare down was a nice touch. So that means we are going to get a title match, though, which this is just a free win for the Usos, let's be honest, right? There's no way.
Yeah.
And what they're doing to Elias, they're burying him. Not good.
Probably till next year. All right, now we got a match that was an absolute banger, okay? I'm not going to go into crazy detail about it, except this. Go back and watch it. Street Profits versus Alpha Academy was a money match. It was awesome. Dawkins, Montez, Gable, Otis, they all showed out tonight in a fantastic tag team match that saw the return of the Street Profits dominating on Monday Night Raw. And then the match basically ended from, in my opinion, what might have been the highest jump off the top rope to deliver a 5-star frog splash that maybe we've ever seen from the heavens. Frog splash. Alpha Academy loses to the Street Profits. Dawkins, again, super impressive. Anthony, what'd you think of the match?
I just want to know, why are we putting Alpha Academy in losing situations? Because that team is fucking great.
I agree.
So is Street Profits. But I mean, why isn't Alpha Academy in contention for a title shot? Why are we giving Riddle and Elias a title shot and not these two guys who have been busting their ass?
Want to know why? Because this is all going to lead to a triple threat match at Mania, hopefully. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Profits, Usos, Alpha Academy. Maybe they steal the show. Maybe they steal the show.
No.
Why?
If you put Alpha Academy, just Alpha Academy against the Usos, that match is going to be disgusting.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. You think Alpha Academy deserves the titles right now more than Street Profits?
No, but at least let these guys put on a show. You know, maybe
They did put on a show. That show was amazing.
Long-term booking, right? Right? Long-term booking. Triple H's thing now. Or Triple H's thing. Long-term booking. Put Street Profits. Put Alpha Academy against the Usos. Have the Usos win those titles. And then have Street Profits face them. Yeah. And then, I don't know.
I think right now Anthony's in parts unknown, and so Jay, what did you think right now?
Listen? Not only that I thought this match was good, I thought the match they had 3 months ago was good. I thought the last 20 they had 6 months ago was good. I thought the last 30 they had 7 months ago after that was good. Every match, I mean, are we seeing a cycle here? Are you guys watching what I'm watching? A rerun?
They need more tag teams.
Bringing back basically a tag team that we're going to see every freaking night on Raw. But I'm going to say this, though. I was very impressed with Dawkins. This is what happens, guys. I want to tell you. You know, I guess about a year ago, this guy was eating too many pancakes. He wasn't moving around in the ring. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to spot. He didn't know how to sell. He didn't know how to jump. You know, at one point, his leg did hit the rope and he fell. Like, that's how bad he was. And now you see him in the ring. He got athleticism. He got speed. He's doing running back elbow. He's fucking jumping over you.
Yeah, but look at the company. Look at the company. Look at the company he's keeping.
Moonsaults with you at the same time in unison. I can keep going and going and going. This guy should have a singles run. I thought Montez Ford was the most popular, impressive one, but I think I'm going to go to Dawkins, and he shined tonight. But overall, I mean, it's the same old match, and that's what I don't like. And I think we need to see something different.
Well, they still killed it, whatever. It was a nice touch because, like you said, we haven't at least... I mean, you said you've seen it a lot, but we haven't seen it recently. We haven't seen Alpha Academy in a while. Go against Street Profits in a while.
Took a 3-month break. Sorry.
Hey, 3 months is 3 months, man.
Oh, can't wait.
Listen, sick match, sick frog splash at the end. Worst case, go look up that frog splash. You're going to want to see the height on it. Good stuff by everybody involved. And don't worry, Anthony, because sometimes losing doesn't necessarily mean that you're not over. And losing also doesn't mean that you're not going to have a run later on. I mean, a prime example. Mark Henry. Do you know how much losing Mark Henry did before he got to the point where he was the world's strongest man, Hall of Pain?
Explain to everybody why he was having that losing streak, please.
Well, because he's wrestling guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, The Rock.
No.
Mankind, Kane, Undertaker.
He was too fucking green.
Of course, he had to pay his dues.
Yeah, he paid his dues when they shitted on him. That's what
he had his moments and his world title runs. Mark Henry is very super fucking successful career. He beat the shit out of John Cena.
I mean, me personally, I just don't like the fact that we're just gonna give two single wrestlers a free loss because
you gotta give it credit. But listen, Mark Henry is one of the greatest of all time. Let's
without a doubt.
All right, hands down, hands down. But this is what I mean by green. I don't want people to think I'm throwing daggers at Mark Henry.
Well, Gable's not green. I get what you're saying.
What I mean green is I'm not attacking Mark Henry. I'm attacking the wrestlers that didn't sell for him, and that's not cool. But that's really what happened with Mark Henry.
That was the booking. That was the booking.
So many times because wrestlers was just complaining on him, like, "Hey."
Anyway, Mark Henry,
green, like, come on,
dude's had some of the funniest segments in the history of the Attitude Era, like all-time shit. Like if you really want to talk about top 100 most entertaining, funniest moments, and if you really break it down and you could see all of them again in your head, you would have to put some of Mark Henry's in the top 100 all time, like multiple ones. All that sexual chocolate shit was gold.
Mark Henry did what probably wrestlers should be looking at. Really think about it. Mark Henry had to change his whole
character gimmick.
He has done it in front of our eyes, and you know what? It fucking worked. And that's what people should do. Like, if you're fucking scared, if you're a wrestler, I don't know where you where you're in Mission Pro, Creative Pro, wherever you wrestle at, if you got an idea, hey, go with it. What's the worst they're gonna say? No? Hey, what the fuck?
Well, listen, we got to keep it rolling, man. We know Mark Henry. We know Mark Henry's a G. But the main point is,
look at the example. Didn't we have the sweeper here? Look at that. Look at that whole character. It works, right?
Yeah.
It could work for anybody. Got to give it to Mark Henry changing his character.
You got to pay your dues. You got to do your thing. And that's my main point is Gable, even if he's doing all this losing now and Otis is doing all this losing, they're going to have their run because they're worthy of it. They're good enough. And they're over as far as heat is concerned. And if you throw titles on them, they're going to be even more over with the heat. And that's just the way it is. So I mark my words. Next year, we're going to see multiple new tag team champions. Street Profits are going to probably have a run. Okay? Maybe Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn are going to have a run. So it's probably more of a question of who's going to be... There's going to be one of two champions at the end of WrestleMania. It's either going to be Jake Paul and Logan Paul, or it's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's going to be one of those two teams.
I honestly, I think the way this storyline's going with the bloodline, it's going to happen.
More than likely. But, don't be surprised if it doesn't happen because money talks. And if Jake Paul comes on board, that match is happening. I'm telling you right now. Because that's a money match.
You never know.
We'll see, though. Now we get a video package. Just let's keep it moving. We're at the 51-minute mark. We can get back into anything you want after we bang out Raw. But video package of Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley. And the new U.S. champ, two-time champ, Austin Theory, baby. There was a promo from Theory, Austin Theory. He's like, "Who's the kid now? You wanted, you wanted all that shit to be the nail in my coffin. You all said that kid was stupid. It was the worst cash-in ever. Look who's stupid now. And I don't ever want to be called the kid again after what I did at Survivor Series." He's like, "I have arrived. I am the now and forever the face of Monday Night Raw. Everyone is just jealous." I noticed he had one mistake during his promo tonight. He said a lot lady. He was trying to say a lot lately. He said a lot lady. And he just kept going. He didn't even make up for it, which is fine. Everyone wants to be Theory. I'm younger, stronger, and better. And I am inescapable. And the Austin Theory era begins now. Of course, now Burn It Down hits, Shut Your Mouth, and Let Them Sing, says Seth Rollins, which I love this. Because he basically says, shut the hell up, and then all of a sudden you hear the whole crowd. I mean, who's more over than Rollins right now on that roster? I think Rollins is the most over superstar in the game right now. The guy will get that chant in any building he goes into in the world, over anybody that's in the ring. It doesn't matter who. Tribal Chief is in the ring, they're singing that shit. You know that, right?
I mean, look at Royal Rumble this past year.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was a hell of an ending. I really wanted Rollins to win that Rumble.
Anything's possible.
Who's winning the Rumble this year?
Cody.
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
I'm saying Cody Rhodes. I'm saying Cody Rhodes, and he takes the titles off of Roman.
Okay.
Or one of the titles.
I'm sick of talking about it because if it doesn't happen, I'm just gonna be so fucking upset. I'm gonna be so upset, man. Bottom line is this: Rollins says this to Theory. He says, deep down in your soul, Monday nights belongs to me. And then Theory goes and whispers to him, Don't you say it. Don't you say it. Monday Night Raw belongs to me, kid. Calls him a kid. Theory's, I said, I ain't no damn kid. He's like, you want to fight? We'll fight on the champ's time, says Theory. Rollins is laughing, and that's it. We don't get any interaction, no fight, no nothing, which is okay, because that's a money match right there. That's a money match. We don't need an altercation right now. We know whenever that match happens, it's going to deliver everything that it needs to in one shot. So I'm going to go to Jay first. In my opinion,
it's a money match.
Hold on, wait. I didn't set you up yet. I didn't set you up. In my opinion, this match at Survivor Series War Games was the match of the night as far as like a wrestling match goes. Seth, Theory, Bobby Lashley. That was me. So I want to know, what did you think of the match?
That's what I thought. The way my shirt says, it says an X on it, a big red X. That's what I thought. Why? Because that was the worst spirit botch that I ever saw Bobby Lashley do to end the match. But you guys don't want to talk about that. It's cool. I get it. Whatever. Well, let's talk about what happened. I saw something great. I saw something impressive. Theory, the promo, the facial expressions, the sell, the stare down between rounds. You said to yourself, this is a money match. This is something Gunther cannot do, but this is going to sell. But how would you book it? I think it's going to be one of those Monday Night Raw treats or whatever in December, and I think that's about it. I think that's as far as it goes. I think he's waiting for Cody to return so he can have his little feud. As for the Rumble, hey guys, look, I don't know where it's going to go. But like I said, if Cody wins, then we all know where it's going. If he doesn't, then we all know where it's going with the Tribal Chief. So that's why I go with this. Great promo.
If Cody wins the Rumble, we know exactly what's happening. But if Cody doesn't win, then I'm pretty sure Roman's not losing that title at Mania.
And it's Roman and Rock.
Maybe. Let's see, because they say the rumor is that The Rock is going to return at the Rumble, but I don't know if he's going to be in the Rumble or if he's just returning at the Rumble. No idea. What if The Rock is in the Rumble? Comes out at number 30. Shocks the world.
Jeez.
It could happen. Crazier things have happened.
I don't know. I've been disappointed at surprise Royal Rumble entries lately, so gotta stay tuned.
Would you be genuinely surprised if The Rock walked out at number 30?
No, but I wouldn't like it. I would be like, oh, that's bad. Why are we doing it like that?
But he's your favorite wrestler of all time.
Why not, come out or whatever?
How about you, Anthony? Would you be surprised, upset, shocked?
I would be confused about it.
Okay.
Because, like...
What's confusing about it, though, because the Royal Rumble is known for bringing out surprise people.
Right, like, see, here's how you could book it. Have the winner of the Rumble, like, say Cody. Cody wins. Cody's on Raw. Have Rock come in and face him Sunday night. Because WrestleMania is 2 nights. So
wait, the Tribal Chief, the guy who fights once a month, he's now going to fight in 2 days?
They're trying to set us up. I know what they're trying to do, but go ahead.
Like, there's already rumors of him dropping those titles already. Because he's going to be doing some movie stuff, apparently, from what I'm hearing. But I honestly think that you have two-night WrestleMania. Rock doesn't need to be in a Rumble. He does not need to be in a Rumble. That feud could just start right after Rumble. He faces him night 2. Cody Rhodes could come out, and I'm going to just say this right now. I do not want to see another Roman and Seth match. I don't. I can't do it. The one at the Rumble this year pissed me off that they even did it. And then the ending was bullshit.
Yeah, well, that's what the Rumble's supposed to do. It's supposed to get you upset. It seems like it did the job for you. We'll see what's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. Make sure you're going to keep watching. We'll find out live. I'll be doing live play-by-play for the Rumble. I'm very excited for that. I've been doing play-by-play for a while now. I did play-by-play on Saturday night for Survivor Series, but I was smart. I didn't start the live stream until the match for the Women's War Games actually officially started. And it was like 2.5 hours, good time. You can go check out the recap on Twitch or YouTube. But real quick, I wanted to ask you guys, what did you guys think about SmackDown on Friday night, leading into Survivor Series? Thumbs up? Did it get you hyped for the show?
A good show, good show.
I saw the replay of just like I only wanted to see the replays of the segments, and I just looked those up on YouTube with everything that happened with Sammy. I was at band practice that night, so I couldn't really watch it, but I saw some of the highlights I love this. I love the Bloodline segments.
Copy that.
That's all I'm going to say.
Jay, did you get to hear my call on Busted Open on Saturday to close the show?
Yes, sir.
Nice, yeah. That was a lot of fun, man. I was just hyped up for Survivor Series. It was a good time this weekend on Busted Open with Mark Henry and Ryan. Putting on a good show today. You had Bully Ray and Mark Henry special. Shout out to Dave LaGreca. We hope you're feeling better. He actually kind of hurt his Achilles tendon on his trip. You know, but he still made it to the wedding. He still celebrated the anniversary with the wife. But, you know, when you do the LaGreca lean, one of the most dangerous moves in the world today, you're bound to get hurt. So, Dave, hopefully you feel better and you get back on the show tomorrow. If you guys are going to be watching Busted Open, it'll be Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray, House of Hardcore. I believe they're called the Fat and the Furious combo. Bully Ray makes fun of Tommy Dreamer a lot.
You know, aren't they like friends?
Yeah, but on the air, he calls him fat. Because Bully Ray apparently is like a bodybuilder now. He's like, last time I saw him,
he lost a lot of weight.
He's like in incredible shape right now. Bully Ray's like in the best shape of his life. Even Mark Henry was saying it today. He's like, nah, you're not a big guy anymore. You're a body guy now. And then Bully Ray got upset. He's like, what do you mean I'm not a big guy? I'm a big guy. I still consider him a big guy, though. He can still
I would
do
love
power
to
bumps.
see him in the Rumble. I'm going to say that, Bully.
You never know, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. You never know, though. That's a good thing about WWE. You never know, man. We might even see the Hardy Boys in the Rumble again one day. Jeff Hardy's always ready to go off a ladder and through a table at any show for any booker in the world.
Oh, I have something to tell you after the stream.
All right. We got some breaking news, maybe. We got an interview with The Miz just a few moments later. There was a whole video package with Miz, Johnny Gargano, and Dexter Lumis. Miz is trying to get out of that match again. He's got a bag of money prepared for Dexter Lumis because if Dexter Lumis wins the match, he gets the money. He gets a contract. He's part of the WWE roster. Pierce comes out and says, we know you're not injured. You're faking it. That's not even the hand that you really got hurt with. Whatever. And long story short, we get finally get a match between Dexter Lumis versus The Miz on Monday Night Raw in an anything goes match. The match to me was a good time, and it displayed a taste of what Dexter Lumis is all about in the ring. Great movement, great expressions. He has a very nice move set, reminding me of Stone Cold even at times. You know, Luthez press, the way he does that running forearm off the ropes. Dexter, he ends up winning the match via submission. He signs the contract, he takes the money, starts giving it to little kids, showing us that it was never about the money. Miz then comes from behind, attacks Lumis, takes the money back from a kid. Lumis was giving out like $100 bills. And Miz had the audacity to actually take the $100 bill from the kid. Out comes Johnny Super Babyface Gargano with a super kick, making sure that the kid gets back his $100 bill. Anthony, what did you think about this whole segment? And, of course, Dexter Lumis' debut match on Monday Night Raw.
I was a fan of the match. I'm going to just say this now, and I know you're going to love this, Savage. What The Miz did was perfect. He was upset, and he was like, and just went up to a kid, took the money. Like, heat. I want to see more heat on him. I feel like sometimes he doesn't get enough because everybody's just like, and everybody just boos him just to do it. But I want to see Miz get more heat than he already does. And that is, I think, a perfect way to start getting that heat. Be an asshole. But I want to see Dexter Lumis doing something different. Get him away from The Miz.
Well, hopefully this is a finale to all that shenanigans. Yeah. Maybe Miz can go away for a couple of weeks and then they throw in another program. How about you, Jay? What you got to say about this?
Well, it looks like the finale has finally happened, thank God. I was bored of all this crap. And you know what? Dexter Lumis looked kind of stale out there. He came out with his intro. Nobody really popped. He started doing all that spider crawling shit. I didn't like that shit. I wasn't a fan of it. I was a little disappointed. I don't really think he did much to sell me over. So
Well, it was a short match, and it wasn't your traditional wrestling match with, the spots
still
through
did a lot of
tables. And
spots.
there were spots all over the place, all over the arena they were running around. Whatever match was, it was entertaining for me just because it's finally at least him on TV for more than 10 seconds, not being chased off by security. Yeah, I had a fun time with it. I had a good time. I had good flow to it. And even the next match, I had a good time. Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae surprised me, especially Candice LeRae. She finally looked super comfortable in the ring today. She looked like she was delivering on spots, moves, kicks, wasn't missing, connecting with everything, looked physical. Nice suplex into the bridge. I had a good time with the match. Jay, I'd love to know what you thought about this.
I have told you so many times that Candice LeRae is probably one of the top stars we have ever seen, and I'm glad that she made a return and she picked the right choice instead of the Ringling Brothers of Bar and Belly Circus on the other side of the road. Now, without that being said, she's comfortable because she's working with someone she's already worked a million fucking times. Let's not forget these two women had the War Games their own.
True.
These two know each other so well.
A lot of history.
And Dakota Kai was one of the top NXT stars that everybody wanted to work with. Ask Raquel Rodriguez that. But I love this match. I thought it delivered, even though I'm not a fan of Kai with this whole damage control shit. She just needs to be like this on her own. But it delivered, and that twisting neck breaker, swinging neck breaker from the top rope is perfect. That's her move. It's right on the money. Even she did a couple roll-ups that were like, not smooth, but hey, overall, enjoyed the match. Great. They need a baby face. They got it. Candice LeRae.
I liked it. I thought Candice killed it, man. How about you, Ant? What you got on this match?
It was a fun match. It was entertaining. Candice LeRae is just getting to me looking better and better. Dakota Kai has to put herself in a real feud and get away from damage control. And so does Bayley.
Bayley need the most.
Yeah, like Bayley. I mean, Bayley's just like, the group is nothing.
Oh, they're going to break up. Damage control is not going to last much longer. I really don't think so. But at least tonight, Dakota Kai was more impressive than I've seen her in a while. As far as singles go, we get another Bloodline video package yet again, and then there's an interview between Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, and Asuka, who are all not clear for competition tonight. Alexa never takes her eyes off Bianca's title, kind of like hinting towards like a heel turn. I don't know if you noticed that, but Alexa was like all over that fucking title. Asuka was the only one that maintained eye contact with Bianca, and it looked like Bianca wasn't even picking up on it. So she's like fucking clueless that this one right here next to her right, she's coming for your title. I could see Alexa Bliss maybe coming out on top of WrestleMania. I don't know why. She has the pedigree. She has the history. If she can start stepping it up in the ring again and we can get, some really good matches out of her from now till then, maybe. How about you, Jake? Do you think we could see an Alexa heel take over the women's division on Raw?
Hell no. But
hell no, okay.
I'm gonna just say this. This is just another distraction for Bianca Belair. I'm still calling it Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. I think Becky Lynch is too big of a fucking babyface to be with another big fucking babyface on the same show. We need to move big time Bex. We need to move her to SmackDown because it would just fit so perfectly. And I see it happening next year at the Rumble, setting up with Ronda Rousey. With that being said, no. This is just another obstacle. She needs to be heel. She's comfortable being a heel. She was more accomplished as a heel. This is where she needs to go.
I'm glad you bring up Ronda Rousey because I wanted to ask you guys, what did you think about the match between Shotzi and Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series?
Crap.
I agree.
I think Shotzi was just way too nervous and a lot of bad things happened. And, Ronda wasn't so clean herself.
No.
Ronda's not a clean... Ronda just sucks.
Yeah, but I don't think Ronda sucks. I think these two just don't have that chemistry right now to be able to headline a pay-per-view like Survivor Series.
I mean,
just keep her the next year.
This was the bathroom match, man. This was the match you go to the bathroom for, go get popcorn. So and it sucks to say, but to me, the moment it was booked, it's not believable at all. But we'll see what's gonna happen with Alexa Bliss and everything as the weeks go on. But let's get into the main event: Kevin Owens versus main event Jay. Excellent, hard-hitting match that was so much fun to watch, and I appreciated all the physicality of both men. Great shots, kicks, moves. KO with a crazy cannonball. Jay returning the favor. One hell of a super kick, honestly. Maybe 4 hell of a super kicks. More importantly, reminding everybody just who in the hell Kevin Owens is. Kevin Owens out there, bloodline ringside. It's essentially a 4-on-1. He does what he has to do and ends up looking like a badass. At first, the stunner was avoided by Jay, but now we get another super kick. Cover kick out, pop-up powerbomb attempt. Nope, another super kick. KO eventually making the bloodline looking irrelevant out there as they watch their family member get hit with the stunner, and it's over. 1, 2, 3. KO going over clean to end Monday Night Raw in what was a fun, super enjoyable Monday Night Raw tonight. I loved it from the beginning to the end. Go ahead, Jay. What'd you think of the match in Raw?
I think you must have hit your head before you started the show. I said
might have.
Raw or whatnot. I don't agree with you there. As for the main event, we've seen this many times, but I'm gonna criticize Kevin Owens. I just don't understand. I don't understand how you bring the prize fighter, persona back. Finisher was the pop-up powerbomb. And now you do it more as a signature compared to a finisher, but when he was introduced, he was using it as finisher and doing the stunner as a signature. Now it's like, no, I can't beat you with the pop-up powerbomb to anyone, especially Jey Uso tonight. I have to do that, and then I have to stunner you in order to get the 1, 2, 3. I thought we were over that. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. I think if you're going to stick with a persona, just stick with the finisher. We don't need to see the stunner. Not like he's fighting Stone Cold for the second year coming up. That's all I'm gonna say about the match. Is just overall, it's a so-so for me. I already know what these guys could do. I love when Jay did that back suplex neck breaker spot. That was a great spot.
Okay, how about you, Ant? What'd you see in the match?
So overall,
he's still going?
It was okay. It was a so-so match. I mean, that's it.
That's it? How about you, Ant? What'd you see in the match?
I love the hard hitting that they were doing to each other.
That's right. Yep.
The throws that they were doing to each other into the turnbuckles were. I'm watching it and I'm seeing KO and Jey Uso just in pain. But they don't give a shit. They're just like, we're out here to put on a goddamn show, and that's what we're going to do. I think those two have excellent chemistry with each other. Excellent. Because the buckle, the shit that they were doing in the corners to each other, like the throwing into the turnbuckles, like that just got me going like, oh my God, like you felt it. And that's what I love. Like when you watch wrestling and you feel something happen.
Yeah. No, they delivered, man. High energy tonight in that match.
Oh yeah.
Main event Jay showed up. All those super kicks connected. All looked good. It was all convincing. And Kevin Owens ends the show looking like a fucking boss. Great job by Triple H. Good booking. Big improvement over last week's Raw. That's for sure. I wasn't falling asleep and I didn't want to turn it off. So that's a fucking step in the right direction. Thank you, Triple H, for making that happen. Monday Night Raw was good. Survivor Series was good. We're in the right direction. Tomorrow night we'll be covering NXT, and then Wednesday night, hopefully we'll be talking about what MJF fucking said or did on Dynamite, which I'm excited about. And I wanted to bring up real quick, after Dynamite goes off and we do the stream, Jay, would you be interested in sticking around with me and Anthony and maybe 1 or 2 other people for a CM Punk panel?
You kind of broke up. I didn't quite hear you. Say that again?
CM Punk panel, Wednesday night. What do you think? After Dynamite.
CM Punk?
30 minutes.
That's what you want to talk about?
30 minutes of CM Punk.
That's what you want to talk about, really? Are you horsing with me?
Let me ask you a question, Jay. As a CM Punk fan, does it bother you that he had a championship match with Alberto Del Rio at Survivor Series that year, and then the poster of Survivor Series was the fucking Miz. Doesn't that bother
Why
you?
would it bother me? Why would it bother me?
Why wouldn't they put CM Punk and Alberto Del Rio on the poster? Why would they put the Miz on the poster?
Wow. Don't tell me. I didn't book it. I didn't produce that. I didn't do none of that shit.
Well, who would you put on the poster if you were in charge? It would be Miz
Listen,
or CM Punk?
I can't even answer these questions, but I'm gonna say this: if you're gonna do something like that, and then tonight you're gonna show me Raquel Rodriguez on a fucking truck with WrestleMania Hollywood, I mean, anything is fucking possible. They'll put any silly shit on it. Fucking.
Well, they have a lot of different trucks, and I guess they just got to stick heads on there, right? They got to do some shit. But yeah, this has been Wrestling with Savage. That's been Monday Night Raw. We'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT. Everybody have a good night. God bless.
NXT, Roxanne Perez will return. She will have an amazing match. I can't wait.
And you're going to have to find out tomorrow night what happens on NXT. Everybody, thank you for watching. Everybody have a good night. God bless. And make sure you go over and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Discord, Twitter, Spotify. Listen to us anytime live. Make sure you leave your comments. If you have any questions that you want featured on the show, leave it in a fucking comment, man. And we will answer your shit here live on Wrestling with Savage. Everybody have a good night and take care.
Listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today. Woo!
George, I think George just tried his resume for Tony Khan. I don't know for George. Huh?
We're savage! But of course.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
I'm trying to give these two W's.